What's going on, America? This is Kevin in Kevin's Corner, and I'm going to try to make some sense out of nonsense. And what I don't understand, what doesn't make sense, is why not one Democrat went over to celebrate the embassy being moved to Jerusalem. What are they? Are they anti-Israel at this point? I mean, it's whatever Donald Trump is a part of. Oh, man, we can't be a part of that, even if it turns the back on our ally. They were never really pro-Israel anyway. The Democrats are the greatest chameleons in the world. They adapt and adjust to whatever they feel will benefit or profit them. So if it's popular to support Israel, yes. But if it's unpopular, then no. They look at, okay, what's going to make us look good on a global scale? Everybody at this point is kind of anti-Israel. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and say, well, I don't know why Donald Trump decided to do this at this point. That wasn't a practical thing to do, even though we all voted for it. You know, they have become the toilet bowl party. That's what they are. The bottom of the toilet. No, you know what? I can't even put them in the bottom of the toilet bowl. Pooping in a toilet bowl for them is too good. They're outside poop. They're like dog poop. And not the poop that you see now, that old dog poop that we used to see when we were growing up that turned white. Whatever happened to that anyway? You don't see white dog poop anymore. But nonetheless, they're white dog poop. That's what they've become. I mean, look at all the reasons why not to vote Democrat. I'm going to try to sum it up real quick. First of all, they didn't go to the celebration of the opening of the embassy. Number two, they are pro-illegal immigration, which is ridiculous. Number three, pro-sanctuary city, which I'm glad to see all of the black people in California who got up there and gave reasons why not to support sanctuary cities. They're pro-regulations. If it was up to the Democrat, they would extort all the money they could out of a businessman or woman who wants to open up their own business. They're pro-globalism. They would love for America to just become one big melting pot with the rest of the world and eliminate all of our self-pride and our self-interest. We don't want to be a country anymore. Take down all those borders and let's push for a one-world government. How about that? They're anti-police. Every chance they get it to throw the police under the bus, they will. They don't celebrate them on MSNBC. They don't celebrate them on CNN. You don't hear Democrats talking about, did you hear about the cop the other day that saved that lady's baby, the black lady's baby? Yeah, so he put the baby in the car and he rushed the baby to the hospital to save the baby's life, huh? Now, that breaks down every stereotype that's out there about white police hate black people. If the police was so anti-black, he would have said, whoa, looked in the car like, is that a black baby? Oh, forget that. Let the baby go ahead. No, but he did what he was supposed to do. But you don't hear the Democrats, Chuck Schumer and all of them. You don't see CNN, MSNBC bringing him on like Fox did today and celebrating him. Yeah, but God forbid if he would have messed around and hurt the black lady or hurt the kid. Oh, white cop beats up baby or this and that. The Democrats are anti-police, anti-military. They ain't trying to build up the military. They ain't trying to support the military. In fact, one commentator said something about, oh, the military loves Donald Trump. But, the ones that do aren't very good. Something to that nature, which if I could just use the force to choke him out, I would. Your lack of intelligence disturbs me. And look at this. They're anti-Israel. They're they're anti-gun. They hate guns. This is one of those things because they know that once they keep pushing their globalistic agenda on America and trying to silence Americans and trying to throw Americans under the bus, if they can't win that way at some point, I'm sure they got some diabolical scheme one day. And they know that, oh, we can't implement our diabolical scheme if people still got guns. But yet Donald Trump is a dictator. And yet dictators most of the time take guns. I'm just saying that's a practical thing, but yet he's a dictator. It doesn't make any sense to me. They're pro everything but American. All the little interest groups. Granted, you can be pro gay rights, but make sure that they're not getting additional rights. And unless it's an obvious, overwhelming amount of evidence that they're being violated and their rights are being rolled back, what are you still in the fight for? They're pro gay marriage, which, hey, Like I said, I don't have a problem with what people do individually. But when you say I'm out to jump into society and change definitions and force people to like it and smile at it, that's a problem for me. You know, I don't hate anybody. I don't care what anybody do with their personal business. But the Democrats constantly want to get in everybody's private homes, tell them what to think, how to feel, regulate their own moral codes, and so on and so forth. If your moral code doesn't fit ours, then you're not fit. You're anti this, and you're a hater, and you're a immoral person. You know, they're pro global warming. Everything now, right now in California, they're painting the streets white, wasting all that paint on white streets. Yeah, for everybody to just muddy them up again. Yeah, they're anti freedom of speech. If you say something, like right now, I'm talking to everybody and I'm telling them how I feel about it. And guess what? I'm sure I'm going to be demonetized. And, oh, that guy's preaching hate speech. Yeah, just because he doesn't agree with us, that means it's hate speech. They're pro-censorship. Yeah, anytime people want to muffle the mouths of conservatives, they're great with that. Oh, yeah, they're okay with that. I mean, what, Antifa? No, they're not. You know what? They're not violent. They're a peaceful protest group that happens to just like beating people up that, you know, supports Donald Trump. If you say something like make America great, they just, it's something in their DNA that makes them go off and decide they need to hit you with baseball bats. Yeah, but they're peaceful protest group. They are pro every religion but Christianity. Yeah, because when Christians start to talk about their values, all of a sudden, you guys, you're so dogmatic, you're so, you know, strict in your little box, you think you're better than everybody else and this and that. But hey, you can't say nothing about any other religion. No, you're in trouble. They're anti-family. Heard Joy Reid after Donald Trump's address, the State of the Union address, talk about he supports all the old school stuff like traditional families. I'm like, what? Is that a thing of the past? Is it not okay? I mean, I know you guys major in giving all types of government assistance to inner city and people that's less fortunate, and you set it up to where they can't have a family structure, so they don't really depend and rely on each other, but they become codependent on the government. But nonetheless, just to say that, man, this is a thing of the past, having family structure. You can't get on TV these days and say, you know what the problem is with young black men or young men in general? They need a father in a home. I can't believe he would say such outdated rubbish. They are anti-patriotism. You can't say "In God We Trust." You can't say, you can't sing the national anthem. You can't say the Pledge of Allegiance. You can't say, oh, you know what? I hope we win everything in the Olympics, all gold medals. This guy right here, he's too patriotic. He's borderline Nazi. Yeah, they are tax increase. Nancy Pelosi talking about soon as we get control of the House, we gonna roll back all those tax cuts Donald Trump put in place. I guess you want us to just receive that garbage, what, 40 something bucks everybody got in the stimulus package that President Obama put together, but yet that $1,000 that came to a lot of people, that was nothing but peanuts. You just want to roll all that back, right? Huh? Yeah, they are pro impeach Trump, even though they're lying about it. Oh, no. We ain't trying to impeach him. No. Why would we impeach Trump? Come on now. Look. All we saying is we want to get back in control of the House and the Senate. No, I ain't got my fingers crossed. I was born like this. It's a genetic disease. And by you pointing it out, I'm offended. I need a safe space, okay? All right, this don't mean I'm lying. Yeah, they are pro-economic, no message whatsoever. They ain't got no message. They get up there and they say, you know what? My message to the American people is hate Donald Trump. And let's continue to focus on all the interest groups and say that they're all disenfranchised so that we can manipulate their emotions. They have no plan for decreasing crime, nothing, no solution. Just go ahead and let Chicago just implode. Why not? And then when Donald Trump gives a solution, hey man, let's send some reinforcements. Let's send a National Guard in there. Now, if I live in the hood and every night my kid going out to play and it's ba-dow, bang, ba-dow, bang, bang, ba-dow. Send the National Guard in, okay? I'd love to have them walking around the streets while my kids is on the swings, okay? I want to go out and push my kids too and not feel like I'm gonna get shot. But no, by sending in them people to help out in that area, that's all racist, right? Yeah. They have no plan for national security. They are rejecting Gina Haspel, which is ridiculous because now all of a sudden their moral compass kicked in, even though they all voted for the form of torture back then during 9/11. But now all of a sudden, they've risen above that. You know, I guess right now they got a new revelation that that stuff was wrong. Okay. And they're attacking her now because she did her job for back then. So you know what that tells me? That I don't want you in control of national security. All right. If these are the people who's sitting back like asking her, did you think it was moral? Did you just no, Don, I don't want to hear about the fact that we went ahead and we voted for other people who were really making those rules and we stamped approval on it. But now because it's you and you been approved by Donald Trump, we're going to have to question your morals. That's what we're going to have to do. So go ahead, tell us. Do you think it was immoral? And she wouldn't give it to him. Because if she'd have did that, then she'd have been rolling all the people that she was over and who did that, and she'd be rolling them under the bus and trying to question their moral compass just for the job. She didn't give them what they wanted, and so now she is immoral. Man, ooh, once again, boy, I got to work on my force because every time I saw them getting up there, challenging her, attacking her, trying to question her, I was like, can I just choke them out from there just a little bit until they release them? Then just let them go so they can look like, I want that scared look on their face. I almost died. Yeah, that's what they needed. So they are against national security. They are for everything that America doesn't stand for, it appears. Like, okay, let's just go ahead and revamp all of America. We ain't got no plan for education. School systems that are ran by Democrats are imploding. They're broken down, but yet they're running around fighting for illegal immigrants' rights. They're running around fighting for every other small interest group's rights. They're running around fighting for global warming rights and painting streets while people are out there in California living on the streets and drugs and feces are all over the place. But you know what's important? Those white streets, that's what's important in California. So if you are able to see how ridiculous, completely ridiculous, the Democratic Party is, I gave you this list to show you what not to do. Okay? What not to do. I did the work for you. Okay. So for any of those that are out there considering voting in the primaries, okay, because you know what they do, they rely on, especially minorities to have a low voter IQ. You know, they say, you know what, they're not going to do a lot of research on how corrupt and garbage we are. So we don't have to really explain to them why they shouldn't or should vote for us. We can just throw out a whole bunch of stuff to tickle their emotions, make them get sensitive, and then they'll rush down to click it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help those out that maybe haven't got hip to their game. And I gave you the list, broke it down. Now, if you don't believe me, go ahead, check it out. Look at all of their voting records. Look what they talk about most of the time on CNN, MSNBC. Look at the things that they support and argue for or against. And you'll see that they lined right up with everything I just said. Love it. Now, to what extreme, it may vary, but nonetheless, even if some of them don't agree with this, they ain't allowed to say it. Yeah, they ain't allowed to do that because guess what? The whole Democratic Party, they got them on lock. They like, look, man, I know y'all want to celebrate that Donald Trump set up a meeting with Kim Jong-un, but we can't do that. We got to find a way to make that sound like it's nefarious. Like there's something wrong with that meeting. See, oh, he's just going to meet with our enemies now, huh? Yeah, I know y'all want to celebrate that he got 3 hostages sent home from North Korea, but no, we got to find a way to spin this and make it sound crooked. I know y'all want to go over to Israel and celebrate the opening of the embassy in Jerusalem, but no. We can't send a Democrat because see what that might do? That might make the public think that we are nonpartisan and that we actually support some smart, practical things that Donald Trump is putting in place. Yeah, even though we do in our hearts say, man, that was a good idea for real though, but I can't let him know that. So now we gotta fight against, we gotta resist at all costs. We can't tell you that we know that Gina Haspel would be the best CIA leader, have the experience, the knowledge, the strength, the mental toughness, all of that stuff. We can't tell you that he made a great pick. So we got to make it seem like there's something wrong with her. And if one of us breaks rank, then, we can easily just attack them, except for those that are, over real districts, red state districts, the ones that if they mess around and vote against her, then they're not going to make it. So we understand if they go ahead and vote based on the people, because the people they'll hang them out to dry. So you guys do what you want to do. But the rest of you who have your district locked down, you better vote the way we tell you to vote. And that's what bothers me about the funky, dirty, white dog poop stained, nasty, crooked Democrats mixed in with their horrible allegiance and friends in the dirty, nasty liberal media who has an agenda to destroy Donald Trump as well. And you can't tell me that they don't. When they have given this lawyer for Stormy Daniels, I think the estimate was $150 million worth of free exposure on their show. Is what he's saying that important, y'all? That they need to give him that much airtime? No, what they're doing is they're giving him all that airtime because they want to keep a negative narrative flowing about Donald Trump. Are they really taking the stuff that he's saying in like he's, oh, that's interesting. Yes, tell us more, wise one. That guy's a slime ball. He is an ambulance chaser, and they sticking him up there just to show you the lack of professionalism and integrity that the funky, dirty liberal media have when they hail people like Stormy Daniels and her garbage lawyer with the tight eyeballs that's been placed like this. His eyes are so tight together, he can look through a keyhole with both eyes. Now, that's my take on it. You've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. I'm sorry for the rant. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. I don't get no respect. It's tough out there. Yeah. So the bottom line is, don't vote for the Democrats in the primary, okay? That's what not to do. You've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter. And also check me out on Wednesday nights. We're going to be talking about this in my live radio talk show, some of these topics and issues. And also, if you want to support Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom to do so. God bless you. And I'll see you later, hopefully. I don't get no respect. It's tough out here.